On the edge of the small town of Waverley lay a forest known as Blackwood. People avoided it, especially during the blood moon. But Amelia, a journalist who sought the truth behind legends, decided to venture into its heart, determined to uncover the secrets. Amelia arrives at a cabin near Blackwood Forest. The air feels heavy, the silence unnerving. She sets up her gear, unaware of the eyes watching her from the shadows. As night falls, the blood moon begins its ascent, casting an eerie red glow over the land. Amelia ventures into the forest with her flashlight and camera. The trees appear distorted under the crimson light. Amelia notices strange markings carved into the trunks, resembling ancient symbols. A distant whisper calls Amelia's name. She freezes, the sound growing louder. It seems to echo from all directions. Amelia brushes off the whispers as her imagination, but the deeper she goes, the more unnerving the forest becomes. She stumbles upon a clearing with an ancient stone altar, covered in moss and strange etchings. The air here feels icy. A woman's silhouette appears near the altar. Her hair is disheveled, her dress tattered and stained with blood. Amelia calls out, but the figure doesn't respond. Suddenly, the woman's head snapped toward Amelia, revealing hollow, glowing red eyes. A chill ran down Amelia's spine. Amelia runs back toward the cabin, but the path twists unnaturally, leading her in circles. The forest seems alive, trapping her. The whispers return, now chanting in an unknown language. Shadows dart between the trees, just out of reach of her flashlight. Amelia feels a cold hand brush her shoulder. She spins around, but there's nothing there. The forest seems to mock her fear. She hears the crackling of leaves behind her. Turning, she sees a procession of shadowy figures moving toward the altar. Amelia hides behind a tree, watching as the figures perform a ritual. A guttural growl erupts, and the ground begins to quake. The altar splits open, and skeletal hands claw their way out. A dark, towering figure emerges, its form shifting like smoke. The shadowy entity notices Amelia. It lets out a deafening roar, and the forest explodes into chaos. Amelia flees, tripping over roots and branches. Her flashlight flickers, leaving her in near darkness. Amelia flees, tripping over roots and branches. Her flashlight flickers, leaving her in near darkness. Inside the cave, Amelia finds bones scattered across the floor. Symbols similar to those on the trees are etched into the walls. Inside the cave, Amelia finds bones scattered across the floor. Symbols similar to those on the trees are etched into the walls. The blood moon seemed brighter now, its light almost pulsating. Amelia's path was blocked by a group of shadowy spirits. The spirits chant in unison. The shadows grow, swallowing the moonlight. Amelia feels herself being pulled toward the altar. Amelia fights back, screaming and clawing at the ground. She grabs a sharp rock, cutting the hand of a spirit. It recoils with an unearthly hiss. She runs again, her lungs burning. But the forest twists and shifts, leading her back to the altar every time. Amelia notices the symbols glowing on the altar. She decides to take pictures as evidence, but her camera refuses to work. A voice booms from the darkness, "Why have you come here?" The shadows form into a humanoid shape, its face featureless yet terrifying. Amelia shouts that she's just a journalist seeking the truth. The entity laughs, its voice echoing with malice. The entity reveals that it is the keeper of the curse, bound to the blood moon. It feeds on those who dare enter its domain. Amelia's flashlight dies completely. She feels hands grabbing her from all sides, pulling her closer to the altar. She remembers the lighter in her pocket and ignites it. The small flame sends the shadows retreating, giving her a moment to escape. Amelia finds a hidden path marked with fresh footprints. Hope surges in her as she follows them. But the footprints led her to an abandoned cabin. Inside, the walls were covered in photographs of people who had gone missing. She sees her own face in one of the photographs, labeled with today's date. A guttural growl sounds behind her. The shadowy entity looms in the doorway, blocking her escape. It whispers, "You cannot leave." Amelia grabs a chair and smashes a window, jumping through it. She runs into the forest, blood dripping from cuts on her arms. The chanting grows louder. The blood moon begins to fade, signaling the end of the night. She stumbles onto a road, collapsing as a pair of headlights appear in the distance. A truck stops, and forest officers step out. Amelia screams for them to leave, but they insist on helping her. She tries to explain what happened, but they look unconvinced. As the blood moon sets completely, the forest falls silent. The officers take Amelia back to town, but her story remains dismissed as hysteria. Years later, Amelia's footage was found in the ruins of the cabin. The images showed the shadowy spirits and the entity. Waverley's legend grew, and the whispers of the blood moon echoed louder with each passing year.